I was just thinking about one of the most important things I feel like that I should talk about with you, and that is fitness and maintaining your strength, your mobility, right? Your flexibility, just your ability to get out and do the things that you love to do. And that's such a big part of this channel, right? Like, I mean, when I started Outdoor Informed, I mean, that was kind of the thing is I know that as you get a little older, those things become a bit more challenging to do outdoor sports. And, just your fitness just becomes one of the key factors, and it's something that a lot of people struggle with. It's something that I've struggled with, and it's a really important piece, especially as you're over in your 50s, right, or above. Things just start not working the way that they once did, and I think we can all kind of relate to that. And that's why it becomes increasingly important to just do the best you can to really mitigate that. And here in the beginning of 2026. This was something that I put a lot of thought into and actually some research, and I'm just about to kind of finalize my plan here, my fitness plan. And I just thought I'd kind of share some of my thoughts on that with you, and just how it's meaningful to you as well to maybe rethink that and do what you need to. For most of my life, I've been interested in fitness and lifting, and it was just something I've always enjoyed. I haven't always been great at it, right? I've been on and off with it for a lot of my life and struggled with it for much of my life. Never really had huge gains, never even met all the fitness goals that I really had aspired to, but I did pretty well, and I was relatively consistent over the years. And over this past year, I've been very consistent. In fact, maybe the most consistent I've ever been in my life this last year, which is saying something. I mean, that's pretty impressive to me. So I think I think I started in August of 24. So I have not stopped since August of 24, maybe September, but it was right around there. So I've been very, very consistent. Every week I've made some great gains. I feel amazing. And in fact, the video on my channel of me doing the 14ers, that was a huge result of all of that training and just feeling kind of my best before I went out and headed out on that trip. Now, some of that was also due to, you got to do some practice hiking, and there's some other fitness involved there, but just strength training and just general training, that really set me up for success to go do something like that. And so it's really important. And so anyway, this year I was kind of rethinking, how can I capitalize on the gains that I made? How can I improve my program even more? And so I went into doing a bunch of research on that. And so I've been doing this for the last month and trying to put together a new routine for myself, because I'll be honest, I'm kind of interested in doing more of they call it bodybuilding, but I'm not really trying to be a bodybuilder. Like, I'm not trying to do anything like that to be competitive or to do anything like that, but I do want to build some muscle. And it's funny, you hear a lot of folks tell you that building muscle after 40 or 50 is just not possible. And that's just ridiculous. Of course it's possible. And it really just is a matter of the way that you sort out your routine and the way that you manage that. And anyway, so I've been doing a ton of research on that. And it was kind of funny. While I was looking into that, I had found this one kid on YouTube, and he's probably 20 something, and he's recommending, things to do over 50 to gain muscle. And, I'm not totally dissing on the guy, because I understand. He probably understands some of the science. He's got some clients, he's had some decent results. But, you got to consider your sources when you're looking for these things. And I think when I look at a 20-something and I'm 50-something, and then he's kind of coaching me, I'm thinking, well, what kind of real experience do you have, like life experience, to kind of draw from? You might have some of the scientific knowledge and the data and all of that, and that's great. But it isn't everything. I think real experience counts for a lot. And so I think you should kind of consider that when you're picking your sources of information, because the truth is, and you've probably run into this a million times, you go out there on the internet looking for info, and you can find info to back up any point of view, right? One person will tell you to do this, the other person will tell you to do that, and then there's a third person telling you that neither of those work. And you just really start to question, well, what the heck is the right thing to do, right? And especially fitness and nutrition, you get this all the time. I mean, it is it's endless out there, the sources of information and the variance on all those sources of information, leaving you just kind of wondering, well, what the heck is the right thing, right? It's crap. It sucks. So anyway, I put a lot of thought into that specifically because I've struggled with this for years myself, and it just has been super frustrating and a huge pain point. And I gotta say, what I kind of landed on with that is consider the source, okay? First of all, is this person, have they been through what I've been through? Like, are they in a similar kind of spot in life where I am as far as age and kind of experience? Have they been through that part of their life? Are they in their 50s or are they in their 20s telling me how to be in my 50s? That's really important. That's a good consideration, and one that I didn't always consider because I think I trusted, that they knew what they were talking about more than I considered who it was coming from. So anyway, I just say consider your sources, right? And then I also wondered, like, what kind of real experience do you have? Like, have you done the things that you're telling me about and actually coaching me on or giving me your experience about? Have you actually done those things? Have you been out there and done it? And this is something, that kind of informed my decision to, cater more to a 50 plus crowd because quite honestly, that's where I am in my life. And the truth is, I've got decades of experience behind me, and the things that I say to you, these are things that I've actually experienced, that I've actually been through in my life. I actually went through these things and figured this out for myself. So I'm not just like spewing a bunch of stuff that I read out of a book. I mean, I'm definitely trying to kind of share things that I actually went through, that I actually know something about. And I think there's some real value in that. And I think that goes for all of us in all the sources of information that we look at. Consider the source. And, I can't really make recommendations on a lot of this stuff because you just get in trouble for giving advice, medical advice or nutrition advice and things like that. And so I got to just kind of be careful and tread lightly there. But I am happy to kind of share the things that I've landed on. And these come from years of experience. Like if you were curious about what kind of workout I'm going to do at 50 plus to kind of gain muscle, maybe what kind of nutrition plan I'm thinking of, I put a lot of thought and effort into this, and I put many years of experience behind trial and error of all kinds of different things before I landed on the things that I'm at now. And I really feel like I'm at a point in my life, like a real turning point, I gotta say, in these last couple years, so much has changed for me. And I think it's just kind of accumulation of knowledge and experience over the years. And I just think there's some real value in that. So again, I'm kind of coming back to this point of consider your sources when you're looking at these things, right? And who's giving you advice on what. I feel real confident in what I found for the strength training. I found a guy, he's probably in his 60s now, and he was a bodybuilder for 4 decades, right? So he competed, he won many titles, 17 titles or something. He's got a lot of experience. He's older than me, so he's been through where I'm at now. And he's the bodybuilder with all this experience. And he's went through all those hard knocks, and he can actually coach me on those things that are meaningful. And he has some real good advice, practical advice, not just scientific baselines, not just things he read in a book, things he actually went through and figured out, things that he learned from others too, that he's spoken with over the years and interviewed and kind of gathered knowledge from. He was in that crowd. And so I'm really feeling confident that I found a good source of information that I can lean into. And as I said, I can share that stuff with you, kind of where I landed there on another video. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. I could do that for the fitness. I could do that for the nutrition. I just can't make recommendations, and I shouldn't. I'm not a professional. I don't know if this will work for you. I just know that I've been through a lot of different iterations, and I feel like this is going to be something that'll work quite well for me. And it could for you as well. I think we're in this similar situation here, right? We're 50 plus. We're trying to kind of maintain our fitness, and depending on your goals and stuff, you can modify that stuff as needed. And I think that's totally fine. So anyway, I just thought I'd kind of mention that to you here in this video, because I think it's a crucial part of like your staying fit and being active, right? Which is the whole point of this channel. So I want you to continue to do that. I want you to consider your fitness, consider your nutrition, right? Consider your mobility, and think about those things and how you can kind of design a little program for yourself that's going to help you maintain those things, but not only maintain them, keep you strong and keep you going, right? Like you're going to have to put some effort into those things as you go forward in your life if you want to keep doing the things that we love to do. And we just, it's so important. And the older you get, the harder that becomes, especially if you're starting from zero. I'm really grateful that I've been able to maintain some level of fitness and ability up to this point because I'm not starting from zero, because I know how hard that is. But the truth is, you can do that too. So, don't give up on yourself. If you're feeling that you're there, like you're at zero and you're trying to get there, do not stop and don't give up. You can absolutely do it. So, we all just start at different levels, and you just got to kind of cater to your level, work your way up, and be consistent. If you could just be consistent and keep doing the right things, you're going to find your success. And that's going to be exactly what you want. It's going to keep you doing the things you love, get you out there, and keep you healthy and active. And that's super important. So, anyway, I just thought I'd kind of shoot this off the cuff video. I know it's kind of a weird, video of me just out walking and talking, but I just thought I'd share that. I thought it's a big thing for the new year. Here we are heading into 2026. I've just kind of rethought some of the things that I'm doing and just thought I'd share it with you, because I invite you to do that as well. We're fresh into the year. You don't have to have resolutions and stuff, but it's good to just kind of take some stock in the year that's passed, take, a vision of your future, and maybe combine those things and get you a plan that's going to work, that's going to start moving you towards where you want to be. I got a bunch more I want to share. I got a bunch more I want to do. And I hope that I can just keep doing that with you. So anyway, it's been great talking to you guys. I hope you find something valuable in this. Please leave me a comment below if you liked it. And I'll be talking to you soon.